Hi everyone, it's Serenity and Shay.
Yep, look, there's a cat.
We are,
Oh, there's a cat.
we see some tracks, so we're,
deer tracks.
yeah, we're walking through our neighbors.
I just saw a stray cat walk past. Just run past. Oh, there's another deer print.
Yeah, this seems to be like a good crossing for them. Ooh, it's cold out here. We're going over the park real quick so that Serenity can
Talk to my friend.
Talk to her friend for a minute. See, they're waiting for her over at the park. And then my aunt got me the selfie stick, so I was like, well, I'm going to try it out. While we're going over here real quick, look how beautiful the sky is. It's really cold, though. We're talking like 36 degrees. Maybe, well, it could be even colder than that. I'm just trying to not, trying to think positive. But it's really cold, a little bit windy, but the sky is blue. All right, we're here at the park, so we're gonna pause you for a minute. Okay, so I'm just gonna let the kids hang out for a second. Serenity wants to hang out with her friends for a little second. And I'm not gonna go too far because we don't really let Serenity go unattended. She's 8, almost 9, but we're kind of strict on that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to stay within her sight, or keep her within my sight, and she's not allowed to leave that little spot while her and a couple of her friends play around for a few minutes. And I told her, well, I'll complete the vlog instead, you know. I took some of my video equipment and stuff like that. Not that I have a lot, but I got a couple things with me when I went to the coast. But and I did a couple videos when my uncle was doing pretty good. I just videoed a few things here and there. But then when he wasn't doing so good, I just didn't think it was the appropriate time to socialize with friends. Or I just didn't have a lot of time to do that kind of stuff. So that's why I don't have a lot of videos. But I do plan to go back in the spring to go and spend some time with my aunt. Sheila, I'll pick her up in Roseburg. We'll go over to the coast. And then my Aunt Nancy's over there, so I'm going to go spend some time with her. And even though this is a sad, sad time, I do have some good news. Nancy gets to bring her mom over from the Philippines for 6 months, which is going to happen to land right when I can do where there's in the spring, summer. So I won't be stuck on top of the mountain. I'll be able to go over there and spend lots of time. I mean, Nancy's been in our family for over 10 years. She's married to my uncle for over 10 years. She's a fantastic aunt, like the best. Oh my gosh, she cooks so good too. Anyway, so throughout those 10 years, she always puts her family on FaceTime and just has it sitting on the counter and for hours. And we talked to her brothers and sisters, her nieces and nephews, and her mom. I talked to her dad a lot before he passed away. You know, we spent a lot of time conversing with them. And so I'm super happy to actually get to see her mom in person instead of all the years of looking at her through an iPad. You know, like it's going to be so different because it's always been through like an iPad. So that is going to be fun. And I don't know, I'm thinking about it. But Nancy actually wants me to go with her to the Philippines to pick her mom up. So I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I want to go there. And it's not that I'm afraid of flying, because I've flown a bunch of times, like a lot. But it's such a long flight. It's so long. like, ugh, my uncle went like 5 times in 10 years. They would go every other year. And he would spend almost a month over there and then come back. He bought a banana plantation over there as a wedding gift for her parents. Even though they were the ones getting married, I know, but he bought the parents a banana plantation as, you know, a gift. So he loved going over there and looking at everything they had done since they bought it. They bought it like 10 years ago. Could be 12, 11, I'm not sure. But it's grown a lot. They send photos all the time. They do videos. It's pretty cool. You know? So I could actually go see it, like, in honor of my uncle, like what he did every couple years. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Because I've already traumatized Bruce for taking off for an entire month. Like, he is not happy with me, and it doesn't matter how many treats I try to, you know, he's just like, So, you know, he's a little miffed. And then he's really going to be upset because this month is his shots. Yeah. And his checkup. January's a bad time for him. And I'm already a month late, so he's actually gotten off. He's like 2.5 weeks late on his shot, on his appointment or whatever. So it's going to be in February instead. So he's probably not going to be that happy about it. See, the kids are just over there playing. That's good for her to... She gets a little rambunctious sometimes. Run her energy out for her mom because her mom and dad work today. So, listen, it's so cool actually to hear kids' voices playing because it's so quiet in this town all the time. To hear kids giggling and laughing and playing, that I'm sure it's ringing through all of these streets. And that's pretty... Oh, that is our new fire truck. In September, they had a party, and like a cookout. Everybody got to come and see the new fire truck. So, yeah, but I didn't film it because, you know, there was a lot of people. And I honestly, as a vlogger, YouTube person, creator, influencer, I don't know what, video maker, I just really still feel really uncomfortable with filming people without their knowledge. Or I see so much of it on YouTube about how upset people get. And even though it's public space and, you know, we have the right to film or whatever, it's just like out of respect. You know, like it's just, I mean, I'm not saying not film, you know, I'm just more aware of getting in people's, you know, not getting their faces too close in the camera, or, you know, crazy conversations like a long time ago when I was first vlogging, when me and Serenity were walking and Jesus, our neighbor, stopped and he was like chatting with me and I didn't know what he meant. And then I go to the store and I hear this rumor that about somebody stealing his wood. See his wood over there? That I said it was the neighbor or something crazy, which I didn't say, and it was all on my vlog. And then the lady accused me, and I'm like, no, here's my vlog. I just had the conversation with them like 5 minutes ago. She listens to it and she was like, well, what? And so then she goes back to him, and then he was just joking, or with her, and she took it so seriously. And then somehow she thought I was the one that had told him that or something. So then on the way back, on another vlog, he stops me and apologizes for it. And back then I didn't know how to pause. And so now, because of that incident, I learned how to pause a video. And then when I have conversations with people that you know, wave at me or try to talk to me, I try to pause the video. If they're just saying hi, it's no big deal. But if they're, you know, wanting to chat for a moment, and out here, it's really not a good idea to pass up quick chats, because you don't know when you are going to see somebody or talk to somebody. Oh, it freaked me out. They were gone for a second. Got quiet. So they just moved over to the swing set as well. But anyway, so you don't want to pass up those opportunities, because that person might just need a little socialization that day. Even if it's 5 minutes. And I'm kind of social, so I don't mind stopping and chatting. And, you know, I might be able to give a word of encouragement or just wish somebody a peaceful day. Sometimes people just need to hear those words for it to manifest into their life. So, not that I'm all, you know, out there in the world, but I'm just saying, you know, sometimes people just need to hear something good. I needed to get out and do a little walking. My back's been really not great this whole month because I was sleeping not in my regular routine. I'm not getting the normal amount of stretching and walking in. So like when I don't exercise, my back does 10 times worse. When I do exercise, I have less back spasms. I had a double back surgery like in 2003, and I could walk after that, so I don't leave that opportunity. Oh, I had a cane for a long, well, first I was in a wheelchair, and then I had like these weird crutches, walking crutches, and then I had a cane for a year, and then finally I got rid of the cane. So I don't take that for granted anymore. Like, walking's important. So, oh no, here comes another kid. Just turn this way. This is a busy today because it's so nice out. Super nice. I have to go this way. I don't know why that car did that, but I need to stay closer to the kids. Just being aware of my area. Not that I think that person is doing anything wrong, but I'm just gonna get closer to the kids. They might work here at the fire department. I don't know. Or maybe they just want to be at the park. Hey, don't you know? But we'll walk up and we'll look at this old house that we've looked at a couple times before. Did you guys see that we have like 1,040 subscribers? I love this old building. They have the bed still set up. There's a ladle, a coffee pot. There's an old milk jug. A couple things on, looks like another coffee pot, a percolator on the table, and one of those jug things. There's an Afghan. Love the rocking chair, all made out of wood like that. The old bed frame. Oh, looks like they might be walking their dog. They are. That's okay. Let's look over here. Oh, there's another couple quilts in there. I don't know what that thing is. It looks like it might be a heater or a stove. Maybe that's the stove. But it was donated. I've never tried the door. Should I try the door? Okay, I'm so glad it didn't open. I know that's weird, but I would have felt weird. I already feel weird for even putting my hand on the doorknob. Like, there's an old mining axe. It's cool. I like this. This boardwalk. I think this is cool. This boardwalk. Just a couple planks. I love it, and I love this. This stuff breaks off and turns into a tumbleweed that blows down the road. This looks like river rock of some kind, or mined that they pull out of. And this is an old, I don't know, like plow maybe? It's an old plow. I do know that when I was looking up the history out here, that when a lot of the, I wonder where this goes. I know it can't go just like right like that. They must have had it somehow set up. But I'll lay it like that because it looks good like that. These are awesome. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me a bunch of these big flat rocks and make me a little pathway. I love that idea. Oh, we're up to 16 minutes, guys. I was hoping that Serenity would be done playing by now, but I guess not. I guess I can make this a 20-minute, but it takes a long time to upload. I have to do it in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. But I think I will go for gold. Anyway, we're at 1,040 subscribers. I haven't set a new goal yet, and I know that I need to do that, and it's like I'm stalling. Yeah. And I shouldn't stall. I think that car pulled off. I thought I heard it. But maybe not. I gotta stay close to these guys for a few more minutes. Anyway, so I was thinking I'd set the next goal like at 12:50. Yeah, they're pulling off. They were just walking their dog. Nothing suspicious. So I was thinking 12:40 or 12:50. That's 250 more subscribers. I've already got 40 in the bank. And I was thinking, so let's see, February, March, April, 3 months to get 250. Because I average like 50 a month pretty much. 50 new subscribers. I noticed that YouTube has changed it again to like the more comments you get, the more what do you call it? The more it puts you out there. I've been watching the YouTube studio stuff, looking in there, and it's like that's what's happening now. But I'm just not going to change anything that I'm doing, because YouTube has to constantly change the way that they do their algorithm, because everybody runs and starts doing that, and then it gets overloaded. So then YouTube changes it to something else, and then everybody starts doing that, like the clickbait titles, all this crazy stuff. And I've been doing this for 3 years now. Just watching. I watch other people. I, just watch how things go. And I noticed that this is just a continuous, never-ending algorithm change. Like, they're just going to have to keep changing the algorithms, because there's always going to be somebody who, bucks the system, and then and then it just spreads like a cancer. And then it messes it up for everybody. And then they got to change it again. Then everybody has to go and change all that. So I don't have any trendy stuff that I've done. Like, I don't get into the trends, or, don't do clickbaity stuff. I just don't do any of that stuff. I just try to be as regular as possible. And I feel like that works for us. I think we're onto something. Look at this sky. I think we're on to something. Just doing regular videos like I do. Just nothing. Not trying to, trick you or deceive you or do anything. Just regular, beautiful videos like this. Like if we were just walking and talking. I think more and more people might do these kind of videos. And then people can feel more connected to each other, instead of feeling like people are trying to trick them or deceive them. I wonder if they're going to do This is the helicopter pad. It looks like they've redone it, but they haven't put the circle thing in. See, this is you see the circle thing? It goes all the way around. See? But they haven't painted it yet. See, they tarred over the reflectors. But this is the circle pad. Or landing pad or whatever. And the reason why I'm concerned is because every time they try to land, I have to run out my door and start flagging them to come over here. They try to land in my big field all the time. And I don't know how heavy a helicopter is, but I'm sure it's heavy enough to break my sprinkler system out in my field. And it sucks replacing those sprinklers. And they're not going to pay me to do it. Come on now. We all know that when somebody breaks something of yours, it's nearly an act of God to get it repaired. You'll do it, but it's an act of God getting somebody else that broke it to replace it. It's so pretty. And now they've moved over to that picnic table. Maybe I can sit for a minute. We'll take it to 25, because if I upload this while I'm sleeping, what difference will it make? Really, by then. Here, I won't swing so that don't make everybody sick. This is the back of the firehouse. Look, it's Airlink. Maybe that's the name of our chopper company. I don't know. I never paid attention. I've never had to take anybody over to the chopper before. I'm usually out there just flagging it to not land in my yard. Luckily it won't land anywhere near my garden, but it'll land out in my field that I have a beautiful water system out there. And it will, I don't know if it will mess it up or not. But I just don't want them landing on it. Or my septic tank that's out there in the field. That would be not fun either. So, look how gorgeous it is. Like the sun is setting. You can hear a dog barking off way in the distance. The chatter of children. Look at those birds up on top of that tree over there. There's 3 of them. Oh, I can hear my brother-in-law's voice. He can't be talking. My son's at work. So he must be talking to somebody on the phone. You see, he's way over there. That's funny. I used to wonder what the chopper used to think when I first put in my flower bed, because there was like only 5 flower beds. And then from the air, I made them pretty big. And they were all different shapes. Like one was a heart and so forth. And then I kept doing that. And then I was thinking about it this last summer, but that same pilot, it's not the same pilot anymore because they had a chopper crash and 3 people died. The pilot, and there was 4 crewmen, only 1 crewman survived. And they were like in traction for over like 8 months or something. And I don't even know, I haven't heard anything. And that's like, it's been, well, it was like not last summer, but it was the summer before. So it's been a year and a half since that accident. We have a different chopper now. Like, I don't know what happened. I didn't research it or look it up because it sounded horrific. So, and then there's our, we have like a couple EMTs out here that live here. And then we have we have, I think, 1 or 2 firefighters. And that's it. But we don't really have too many issues out here. Car accidents are probably our #1 issues. And that's just because it's long stretches of nothing. And so people drive crazy crazy fast. I know, because I'm the one that drives slow and I get passed all the time, which I'm perfectly fine with. They're in a hurry. I'm in no hurry, and I'm not trying to block anybody. So I just, kind of pull to the edge of the road a little bit and let them, just give them full rein. But I've seen people drive like 90, it's crazy. Like they whip past so fast. You're just, whoa, Okay, we're up on 25 minutes of me rambling. Although I am very happy to ramble to you guys. So I will try to do a video. I want to do a video on those family books that I have. That's what I want to do, is I got to get a little bit more, I got to try to figure out how I can present it, because it's very confusing, because I have several family members that came from the Swampy Cree in Manitoba, Canada, and they're sisters that married best friends. And so things get a little confusing, because one, she dies during childbirth, so then the other one's raising. So there's like a lot of confusion going on, and there's a lot of kids. So, and those two sisters had the travel bug in 1800, early, like 1803 or something. They got the travel bug, and one talked one husband into being a wagon master, and the other one talked the other one into getting like 23 families together. Charles McKay, he had done it when he was 15. He joined his uncle was working for like the British or something, and they were like exploring Canada pretty much. And his uncle was from Scotland, and his parents died on a boat when he was really little. So he was sent to Scotland to be educated, and then when he was 15, that's when they got out of school then. He took a ship back over to Manitoba, Canada, where he joined this Hudson company, and then they traveled and they went over the Rockies, and he was only 15 years old, and he was the youngest in the party to go over the Rockies. And then when he came back to Manitoba, Canada, for a couple years or whatever, he ended up marrying a Swampy Cree woman. Now, they wanted him to the following year, him and his best friend, James Sinclair, decided to marry. James Sinclair fell in love with the Swampy Cree woman, is what happened. And we're talking in love with her. And her name, I think, was Maggie Jock. Or she changed her name like 5 or 6 times because she couldn't find the right English name that she wanted. And then she talked her sister into marrying Charles McKay so that their husbands would be brother-in-laws. And then the following year, the Hudson Creek Company was going to bring over a bunch of English women. And it was okay for them to marry an Indian, but they wanted them to marry an English woman too, so it would be okay for them to have 2 and 3 wives. But Charles McKay and James Sinclair were not into that. So the women, Maggie, talked the men into getting together or finding, so many families that didn't want that kind of lifestyle, because James Sinclair was very religious, and he was following the Bible, and he's telling the Swampy Cree what the Bible says, and then telling her, how they're trying to make his beliefs be conflicted. And of course, she wants to be his only wife, and she also became very religious, and she could read and write. So she kept a log, and that's what I'm reading from. they kept one, Charles Mackay kept a log. James Mackay, or James Sinclair, wrote a book, and Maggie wrote a book, and she lived to be 98 years old. And so then she decided, they ended up finding 23 families that all felt the same way. And most of them, some of them were married to English women, some of them were married to Swampy Cree. Now, Maggie's brother was the chief of the tribe, and he was also an adventurer. And yes, left his tribe and went with her, traveled with them and helped them survive. And they went clear down to Indiana. And then he went back to the tribe. And then they stayed in Indiana for 4 or 5 years. And then the British and the English the British offered her like a bunch of cows and horses and all this kind of stuff. And then the English offered her, you know, this, and that. And then at the time, there was no American government. And so then the other people were like just wanting a whole new government. They didn't want to be underneath British control, and they didn't want to be underneath English control. They wanted to do something different. So there was all that stuff going on. So then she and her husband decided that they were going to do another wagon train, and they were going to take it from Indiana, and they were going to go as far as they can go. And they literally went from Indiana to Myrtle Point, Oregon. West as far as they could get. And then they landed in Myrtle Point, there was so many babies born on the trail. They don't know where, because those weren't territories then. It was just by the Big Rock, south of the Horseshoe River or whatever. They wrote crazy stuff. So, I mean, I have to try to sort that out and try to get a map so we could try to figure it all out together, because her writing, and then she wrote 2 books. I only have the one that has her private letters to our family members. She wrote an actual book, and I'm going to order that book and read that book too. But I want to just do our book that has letters and photographs that are from our family, and then we'll figure out from there. All right, 32 minutes. This is insane. Nobody's going to watch all this. I'll be really surprised if somebody commented, "We did too. We watched it all." Oh, there's my grandson. He is with... They look like twins. It's so crazy. But my grandson is the one not in white shoes. Oh, it looks like Eli. Eli and Landon. I can't see. Keep an eye on those guys for a second. I go over here. Yeah. I'm waving at him to see. Yeah, it's Eli and Landon. All right. So I'm going to end this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Oh, yeah. Leave a comment if you made it to the end, because I'll be really surprised. Or no. Leave a heart. Or no, because boys don't like doing that kind of stuff. Leave me something crazy. Look through your little emoji thingies and try to, a worm or, something funny. All right, bye.